Hello, and welcome to another session of I Do Really. Tonight, I want to talk about. I've noticed that a lot of people, when they're getting married, they are very excited. I mean, they are just excited. Then, after they get married, a lot of times it's, even after they come back from the honeymoon, I've noticed that a lot of people, they're just that excitement goes away. If you notice, like in the beginning, you can get on the phone and you could just talk for hours. You just really enjoy each other. You just every time you see each other, you're just all happy and you're just all giddy and everything like that. But then something happens down the road, and you're like, wow, you know the thrill is gone. I was like, so I tell people, when you're getting married, if people can learn how to not to look at the excitement about getting married, because when you get married, I was talking to a girl the other night, and this girl was just letting me know. She said, marriage is really hard. She said it's really hard and everything, and it can be because you people are not. I don't really believe that people are being really realistic when they thinking about getting married. They're not being realistic. They're just looking at all this excitement. They're just so thrilled. They're about to be married. Okay, but do you know what marriage is even all about? Do you even hear? Can you even hear? Are you even hearing what you're even saying one to another? You're vowing for better, for worse. You're vowing for richer, for poor. You're vowing for sickness and in health to keep this person standing in front of you with you so long as you both shall live. It's easy to have a smile on your face before you walk down that aisle, and sometimes before you even go to the honeymoon. But can you maintain that smile 5, 10, 15, 20, even 30 years down the line? Now, I see a lot of couples, they're elderly couples now, and they look just as happy. Some people really get it. Some people really get in relationships, and it really works out very well for them. But then you have some people getting in a relationship, and it doesn't. But you are to stay there till death. People are just getting married just because someone asked them, and it's like, okay, but do you have anything that's holding you saying no? I mean, are you paying attention to everything? But people are just excited, and it's like, okay, do you think you're going to maintain that? I mean, I'm looking at couples, and I'm saying to myself, okay, they're getting married, they're married, they got children coming, this, that, and the other. But I'm saying to myself, okay, so, and now I'm not being negative. I want them to succeed. But sometimes I wonder, okay, why you two get married? Are you in love with this person? Does being in love matters? Is this your dream husband? Is this your dream wife? Do you feel like you'll be happy with this person for the rest of your life, even though they don't do things for you that you even like or desire? They just can't do this. It's just not in them. I mean, but can you? Marriage is not about just having someone in your life to whatever the reason why you want to get married for. I mean, getting married encompasses that whole person. I mean, everything about them. They could be mean spirited. They could be nasty. You know, um, they could be very picky. I was just thinking about even when I have a brother and he came down sick, and to cook for him was a pleasure. To cook for him was a pleasure. Okay, but what if you marry somebody and they always talking about your cultural differences, or you from the north, they from the south. Northerners and Southerners don't cook the same. This and that, and I mean, and you got to do all these adjustments just to please this person. I mean, are you going to still be happy with that? I mean, you're vowing to be with someone for better, for worse. I mean, are you going to maintain that happiness when the worst is here? Okay, what are some things that could be the worst? I think about let's take like this book I was reading, talk about marriage boot camp. Okay, the top 10 marriage breakers. These are the things that will break your marriage. Okay, communication. Just think about, you have couples, they are talking. This is before they get married. They are talking and talking hours and hours and hours on end. Then after a while they get married and now they're not talking anymore. Okay, so what happened? I mean, but are you still gonna be like, I mean, are you still gonna be happy about it? Because you made this vow to be there for the rest of your life. Okay, communication. Okay, sex. What if your spouse? And I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about how that I was working one time with this guy, and I believe he was maybe late 50s. His wife lost her desire to have sex with him. She just lost it. Okay. But he always talked about women. He always made some type of comment about a woman. It's like you can tell this man really want to be with his wife, but she don't have no desire for him. But he gonna stay right there. Okay, but I think it's kind of different when someone. I think it's different. It has to be different when a woman loses her desire to be with her husband. But what if your husband can't even get an erection anymore? I mean, are you still gonna be? I just love you. I mean, just. I just love you. I just want to be with you. And you as horny as a batter coming out of hell. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I believe couples need to talk real time. They need to talk about serious issues that's going on in relationships, because, you can't just be getting married and then, wanting to break up, and then now you want to marry someone else. And okay, what if something happens in that marriage that you didn't resolve in your previous? Then what? Okay, now you're going to end up with this. You in this. It's amazing, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's amazing how what goes around comes around. You get out of a relationship because of something, but then you right back in another relationship, and you're going through the same thing. So what are you going to keep doing? Just keep divorcing, marrying, because you got to learn how to break away from those whatever is making you just. I was listening to my pastor from Charlotte. He was talking about how this man is mad at him because he was praying that God would restore this marriage. But this man do not want his wife. It's like, well, you married her. Okay, so what happened that you got to this point that you don't want your wife anymore? This is the woman that you once loved, you once desired, you once wanted. Now you don't even want her no more. 'Cause, I mean, you don't want her anymore. Okay, so it's one thing when a wife don't want her husband no more, because the wife just had to accept what the man said. Will you marry me? She had to accept. But that man had to want you enough for you to be his wife. And for him to be like, I don't even want you no more. Okay, so what happened? It's just like I was saying, I believe it would be a good idea, even after people, even after, I'm gonna keep going, even after people get married, they just take time and just talk about their relationship, where it's at, where it's going, how they feel about it. I mean, just get it out. If it hurts the person, this is just what's going on. If you don't please them, you just don't please them. Okay. So what we need to do in order to get some sexual satisfaction in together. Okay, why aren't we talking? Why we can't agree on chores? Just trying to think about the book, The 10 Marriage Killers. I know communication, chores, and sex and money. I mean, all these are destroy your marriage. But you make a vow. I believe every couple, before they get married, you need to be counseled, because you need to understand that marriage vow. You're vowing for better, for worse. Okay, what's the worst thing could ever happen? I mean, you need to get you some scenarios. What's the worst thing that can happen? They have an affair on you? Is that the worst thing that could happen? Some people wish their spouses would mess around on them, because they get their ticket out. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? I mean, what if something happened, you lost everything? What if they got down sick? Some people, even though they make the vow for in sickness and in health, when a person gets sick, they out. Put them in a nursing home. I ain't got time for that. Because a lot of people, when they're getting married, they're looking at the right now, how things are right now. You are healthy right now. We got money. Money's okay right now. A lot of couples are even having sex. So the sex is pretty good right now. We of course, we're talking very well right now. Okay. But when the flip side of all of that starts happening, okay, now I don't be bothered with you. That's why in couples getting married, you owe it to yourself to learn as much as you can about your spouse. I mean, come on now, people. Everybody's putting their best foot forward. A woman that'll beat a man gonna put her best foot forward. A man that'll beat a woman is gonna put his best foot forward. A man that will molest a woman's children will put his best foot forward. Why? They're just trying to get married. But I think it's a good idea to observe people. See, I mean, and really, to me, you can't pray enough. You cannot pray enough. You want to be able to maintain that, that smile, that happy, the I mean, but it's gonna take some work to maintain that because you're gonna go through some stuff, and it's like, but what are you gonna do? I mean, marriage is not anything that people need to just jump into. If you're gonna maintain that smile on your face, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to know as much as you can about that person. Because what if you marry someone and then the stuff you guys did not talk about? I mean, and I'm not talking about major stuff. I'm talking about minor. Okay, what it was a major. We ain't even talking about the major stuff. We're talking about minor. What if you marry someone and but okay, I'm gonna use a woman for instance. What if and let's say that you're not having sex with this person, but you marry them and they're not able to please you at all. Okay, did you even discuss that in a relationship? I remember talking to a guy. Remember I had this lover, and he was talking about his penis feels like sometimes it got bones in it, and I'm saying to myself, it didn't never did feel that hard to me. I mean, he had an erection, but as far as bones is concerned, some people they brag on themselves. They got all this and they got all that, and then when they come down and being with you, they got this spliff that they got and you looking at them and say, what you gonna do with that? You better ask some questions, check it out, do something. I mean, come on now. you better talk about it. You know how people are. They talk about their previous relationship. What happened? You just trying to gather information. But it's like this: can you maintain? Can you maintain it? 20, 30 years from now, can you maintain? You just make my heart. Can you maintain it? I mean, some people can, but it's like, and those people that look like they can, you need to start asking some questions. Why you're in your singleness. Start asking questions, because you're gonna need to know these things because they are important in order to maintain that. Some couples getting married, they're not even in love with each other. They just willing to do what, what, let's just do this. And then they just do it. And then, okay, now they got these issues. And it amazes me how that people can be like really, really good friends, and this and that. And then they get married and it's like they almost become enemies. It's like, okay, what happened? And then you're always in this thing about, where do we go wrong? How can we fix this? Do I even want this fixed? Some people don't even want it fixed. But can you maintain? Can you maintain it? And you really want to, because you don't. It's like I was observing this one woman just as miserable as she could be, and it's like misery loves company. Okay, let me stop babbling around, but the whole thing about this is, can you maintain the smile? Can you still maintain that excitement 10, 15, 20 years down the line? If you've had a previous relationships and it didn't work out, okay, are you considering what made you in this your previous relationship, not work, and now you're entering into this other relationship? Okay, is it okay? You need to just forget the excitement about it. Think about what if what happened in my previous, it happens in my next. Because I don't care how many people, you talk to about, well, and we understand about, being back with your spouse because that was your spouse, this and that. And the other. You have a lot of people opting out to remarry and get married to somebody else other than their spouse. Okay. And there was a question I even was asking, if it was a matter of heaven and hell, that's when it get a little deeper. But we ain't gonna touch it. We want to leave that alone for right now. But can you maintain the? That's all I want to know. Can you maintain it 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now? You're not slender anymore. You're not tight no more. Everything's loose, flabby, and fat. Can you maintain? Gray-headed and almost no teeth. Can you maintain the? Think about it.